China has requisitioned medical supply production across the country as millions struggle to obtain basic drugs and testing kits in the face of a surge in COVID-19 cases. Pharmacies in major cities have been stripped bare in the wake of the Chinese government's sudden decision to lift years of lockdowns, quarantines and mass testing. Authorities have urged those with mild symptoms to stay at home and take treatment into their own hands, leading to a run on everything from ibuprofen to rapid antigen tests. Across China, millions are struggling to get hold of basic medical supplies. Meanwhile, in the face of the outbreak on the mainland, anxious shoppers in Hong Kong have been snapping up over-the-counter flu medicine, clearing out pharmacy shelves for nearly 2 weeks. I have Sanjeev Srivastava, International Affairs expert, joining me on the broadcast. Good morning, sir, and thank you so much for joining NewsX this morning. Now, sir, we know that China has started seeing a surge in COVID cases of the new COVID variant. We know China has this zero COVID policy wherein they are trying to curtail the COVID virus from spreading, but have been unsuccessful to do so. Now there have been medical supplies production across the country because there are people who are struggling to obtain basic drugs and testing kits. Now, sir, how do you view this full situation happening in China, wherein the government earlier took the unnecessary steps of implementing zero COVID policy and now lying to the fact that the medical supplies are at a low?
Well, good morning to you. Good morning to my distinguished fellow panelists and to all the viewers, those who are watching this show. In China, I think as Dr. Gilada has very rightly, observed and mentioned that China is a liar country. They do not tell the facts rightly, and they lie to their own people as well. Obviously, it is China's big failure to carry out a successful vaccination drive. And also, there are huge question marks on Chinese vaccines too. Be it Sinovac, Sinopharm, they are not working properly, and that's quite evident now. And to cover up all, China was implementing this barbaric zero COVID policy, which has resulted into the utter failure. And people are suffering, people are dying, and obviously the real reason for this kind of a situation in China is the poor vaccine and the poor vaccination drive. And that's the real reason, and that should have been addressed by the Chinese authorities, but they have not addressed it. They have, imposed the so-called barbaric, zero COVID policy, and that was obviously not the solution. But having said that, it is very unfortunate and sad to see the pictures, the horrific pictures coming out from China. And obviously, Chinese people are suffering, and as Dr. Gilada, I completely agree with him that if required, and if Chinese government urges from India and the rest of the international community, I think it's our duty and responsibility to help them out so that people of China do not suffer. If a vaccine is required in China from the international community, obviously India is one of the most important partner of the international community, as a very important country.
Yeah.
I think we should also...
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.